It's time to crack the whip one last time. So, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is the fifth and final film of the Indiana Jones franchise, this one, however, being directed by James Mangold. In the film, we once again follow Indiana Jones, once again portrayed by Harrison Ford, as he and his daughter, portrayed by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, are racing against time to retrieve a legendary artifact that could change the course of history. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Excellent!
I am a massive fan of the Indiana Jones franchise. I mean, Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of my favorite movies of all time. Temple of Doom is a movie that I feel like it's crapped on way too much. I defend that movie so much. And Last Crusade, while Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of my favorite movies of all time, I actually think that The Last Crusade is the best Indiana Jones movie. When I had heard that they were making a fifth and final Indiana Jones movie, I was very hesitant, especially knowing how I felt about the fourth film, King with the Crystal Skull. I was thinking like, no, there's no need to do this. Last Crusade really is the final movie in the Indiana Jones franchise. But then I had heard that James Mangold was making this film, and in case if you guys don't know who James Mangold is, he had made films like, I don't know, Logan, 3:10 to Yuma, The Wolverine, Ford v Ferrari. So knowing how good he's doing with those films, specifically with Logan, a franchise ending for a very beloved character, I just thought, you know what? Knowing that James Mangold had made such a phenomenal ending for Wolverine, and knowing it's going to Indiana Jones, one of the most beloved characters of all time, I think this movie was in good hands. Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny is a solid ending. I do have more to say, but I will say that this is a solid ending for Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford is still great as Indiana Jones. What I particularly liked about his performance is how they addressed Indy's age in this movie. Like, for example, there is a specific scene in this movie where he and his goddaughter, played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, are going up against a service, and he's talking about how old he is, how brittle his bones are, and how he essentially should not be doing this. The dude that is essentially, well, Harrison Ford's 80, but you guys get my point. I just really liked how Harrison Ford brought even more to this role than ever before, and he could still kick some ass on those action sequences. Mads Mikkelsen is so good, but then again, it's Mads Mikkelsen. Have you ever seen Mads Mikkelsen giving a bad performance? Mads Mikkelsen not only brings the menace to his role, but he shows up to work and he plays this role so well. Phoebe Waller-Bridge I also thought was great in the film as well, bringing some great comedic timing and some good banter with Harrison Ford's character. One of the biggest reasons why I was looking forward to this movie is because of James Mangold. I had seen a lot of reviewers out there complaining that James Mangold doesn't capture Spielberg's magic. I only want to talk about this for one specific reason. You're comparing James Mangold to Steven Spielberg. How do you expect another filmmaker to capture the essence of a guy that is known for bringing us some of the greatest films of all time? It's like you're asking an artist to replicate Michelangelo. It's like there's just no way you can pull that off unless if you're Michelangelo. Were there definitely a couple of scenes where James Mangold is tapping into Spielberg? Sure, but don't get me wrong. At the same time, I still feel like that James Mangold still did a very good job of breaking his own sensibilities while tapping into his inner Steven Spielberg. The action in the film I thought was really well done. In particular, there was an awesome chase sequence where Indy, Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, and this other kid are going down these streets while being chased by some random person, to which I guess I can mention that right now, which had really no purpose for this one particular character, but not talking about that guy. I'm talking about this great chase sequence. I really felt like I was watching one of the previous three Indiana Jones movies once again. I felt like I was watching a movie like I was a little kid again. It was just a lot of fun. There's also another great sequence involving a protest, which I guarantee you guys have seen the trailers involving Boyd Holbrook, which that sequence I thought was also very, very thrilling, very exciting, and by the end of it, it leaves with a great laugh. There is one sequence in particular that I thought was absolutely brilliant. And if the entire film had the brilliance of this one scene, Dial of Destiny, I feel it could have gone down as one of the greatest films of the entire year. Going on to something else that I was actually very impressed by, in fact, I was actually kind of blown away by this, but the first 20 minutes of Dial of Destiny are pretty incredible. And when you first see that first shot of Harrison Ford and that de-aging, the de-aging looked just, I thought looked absolutely incredible. Now, don't get me wrong to you guys, there are definitely a couple of parts throughout the first 20 minutes where something seems a bit off, but I think for the most part, if you told me that that was a young Harrison Ford in his like 30s or even 40s for that matter, I would definitely believe it. John Williams' score for the last Indiana Jones movie, to say the least, you feel it, it's epic, it's inspiring, and it's just absolutely incredible. Nothing more to say than that.
Well, that's just fucking great!
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a solid film, but I really wanted to love this movie. One of my biggest issues with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, honestly, probably my biggest issue with this movie, and that's the story of this movie, or I should say, the device that sets Indy on his journey in this movie. The previous Indiana Jones movies had these really cool devices that had you go like, what the heck is that thing? Raiders of the Lost Ark had the Ark of the Covenant, which is this, the Ark of the Covenant sounds awesome. Temple of Doom had the voodoo stuff, which was really freaking cool. And the Last Crusade had the Holy Grail. I mean, how would you not want to find the Holy Grail? And Kingdom had that skull thing. The Dial of Destiny, when I did some research, was chained to something really, really cool and something that I'm actually big on too. But when I was actually watching this movie, seeing what this movie was about, what the whole plot device, there was just something about this time around that didn't have me as emotionally invested. The plot of Dial of Destiny wasn't as exciting, it wasn't as thrilling. There was a particular character in this movie that, man, this character, I feel like this character had no purpose, and every time he was in this movie, I just wish the plot just forgot about it. If this character was not in the script, I guarantee it wouldn't have changed the movie whatsoever. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny runs at almost 2.5 hours. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there are definitely moments that definitely could have been cut, shaved off, and that could have been such a greater film with a streamlined runtime, because man, this movie did not have to be nearly that long. It could have been just around 2 hours and would have been just as good. If not, it would have been an even better film. I feel like the final 20 minutes of this film will definitely polarize some people, as I think that some people will love where the film goes, the final 20 minutes. Some people will hate where it goes. But for me personally, I'm mixed, as I get why they took it there, but just personally for me, there are things that I really liked about it a lot, and there are some things that I was just going like, why are they doing this?
And here we go.
So overall, while I can't deny that I had a fun time with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, at the same time, I wanted so much more out of this. There are scenes in this movie that showcase brilliance of what could be a great Indiana Jones movies, but their overall image in a film that's just solid. All in all, I'm gonna give Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny a 3 out of 5. It is a disappointment, do not get me wrong. At the same time, I do still think it is worth checking out. So comment down below and let me know. Are you guys looking forward to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? Are you not looking forward to the film? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm also on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames are in the description below. I hope you enjoyed my review of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for when my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous year reviews, please click it right there or right there. And of course, until my next review goes live, I will see you all next time.